At my wedding, my mother-in-law stood up and demanded my whole $6,000 income and every bonus. "Refuse, and leave this marriage right now," she said. My husband stood silent beside her. I walked out in my dress. Hours later, let me introduce myself. My name is Natalie, I'm 27 years old, living in the lively center of Portland, Oregon, where rivers meet bridges and downtown cafes hum with ambition. I work as a graphic designer at a mid-level marketing agency, always chasing the next creative spark, the next project that'll make my portfolio shine. But if someone had told me 3 years earlier that I'd be standing at the altar on what was supposed to be the happiest day of my life only to walk away in my wedding gown, I would have laughed, sipped my latte, and asked for extra foam. Life, though, has this dark humor. And mine started its cruel joke when I was just 9. Growing up in a small 2-bedroom apartment in Salem, it was always just me and my mom, Anna. My dad. He vanished the moment the test showed 2 pink lines. Gone, leaving nothing but hollow promises and a fake address. Cancer stole my mom when I was 16. Fast. Ruthless. Unforgiving. I still hear her voice sometimes, soft like Sunday morning pancakes, telling me bedtime stories about fearless princesses who didn't need saving. After she died, those memories became my anchor. But over time, they blurred, like watercolor left in the rain. Losing her made me cautious. Always waiting for the next goodbye, the next person deciding I wasn't worth staying for. I lived with my Aunt Carol through high school. But I quickly learned the only person I could rely on was me. College became my escape hatch. A full scholarship to Oregon State University for graphic design. While girls my age planned spring break trips and sorority bids, I was pulling all-nighters in the design lab and working part-time at a print shop. Love. It felt like a luxury I couldn't afford, a door I wasn't brave enough to open. I figured I'd climb the ladder alone, maybe adopt a golden retriever, live in a loft with brick walls and plants I'd probably kill. But then, one scorching July afternoon at a networking event in downtown Portland, fate shuffled the deck. I was on my 3rd coffee, debating whether to approach a potential client, when a guy bumped into me, nearly sending my portfolio flying. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," he stammered, helping me gather my scattered design samples. "I swear, I'm usually more coordinated than this." That was Ethan. 29. Project manager for a renewable energy company. Kind hazel eyes, a smile that whispered second chances. He wasn't the smooth talker type. Instead, he asked genuine questions about my work. 3 days later, he texted me remembering my favorite cafe order, a medium oat milk latte, extra shot, dash of cinnamon. Ethan was steady, patient. When I pulled back, afraid of caring too much, he gave me space but never disappeared. He left notes on my car, took me hiking in the Cascades, sat with me on my balcony talking about everything and nothing until the Portland skyline glowed like scattered stars. For the first time since Mom died, I let myself believe in forever. 8 months in, Ethan changed everything. We were hiking near Multnomah Falls, sunset painting the sky amber and rose, when he dropped to one knee right there on the trail, hands trembling as he pulled out a simple but stunning solitaire ring. "Natalie," he said, his voice thick, "you've made me believe in us. I want to build a life with you. Face everything together. Will you marry me?" Tears. A heartbeat pounding against my ribs. Fear and joy clashing. But when I saw the hope in his eyes, I said yes. The ring fit perfectly. And for the first time since childhood, I felt safe. Aunt Carol cried when I called her. "Your mama would be proud, sweetheart," she said through tears. But Ethan came with baggage I hadn't expected. His family lived in Lake Oswego, where lawns are manicured and designer dogs have walkers. His parents, Charles and Veronica Harper, were old Oregon wealth. Mining money. Generations of polished arrogance. I'd heard Ethan mention them, always tight-lipped. My mom can be particular, or Dad has strong views on family. 3 weeks after our engagement, Veronica insisted on meeting me. As we drove through their gated neighborhood, Ethan squeezed my hand. "They'll love you," he said. But inside, crystal chandeliers and marble floors screamed intimidation. Veronica greeted us in a silk blouse worth my rent. Her smile sharp as glass. "And you must be Natalie," she said, scanning me like a quality inspector. I handed over the bottle of wine I'd bought with half my grocery budget. She passed it to the maid without looking. How thoughtful. Dinner was worse. They picked apart my background. My mom. My aunt. My career. "A Harper wife must be suitable," Veronica said. That word haunted me. Ethan brushed it off. "They're just protective." But to me, it meant everything. Still, wedding planning took over. We chose the Portland Rose Garden. Romantic. Neutral ground. But Veronica fought me on every detail. Dress. Bridesmaids. Dinner. "It's just one day," Ethan kept saying. But it wasn't one day to me. It was my life. And then came the wedding. Golden October sunlight. My satin dress. Aunt Carol's proud tears. The ceremony was perfect. The vows heartfelt. The reception started beautifully. Until Veronica grabbed the microphone. "Listen up," she announced, voice slurred from champagne. "Now that Natalie is part of the Harper family, she'll hand over her entire $6,000 income and every bonus. Every penny. We'll give her an allowance if she behaves." Gasps. Phones recording. Charles added fuel. "That dress is disgraceful for a Harper wedding. You should have asked us first." And Ethan. My Ethan. He stayed silent. I looked at him, begging for him to defend me. But he shoved his hands in his pockets and looked away. That was the moment I knew. I took the microphone. "Thank you all for being here," I said, voice steady. "But there won't be a marriage tonight. I deserve better than this." Applause. Gasps. Someone shouted, "Good for you." I turned to Ethan. "I loved you. But partners don't stay silent while their family destroys you." And I walked out in my $1,200 dress, my train trailing like a ghost of the life I almost accepted. What followed? Support. Messages. New projects. Even a raise. 3 weeks later, karma hit. Charles was demoted at his investment firm after the viral wedding video. Veronica was cut from her charity boards. Ethan quit his job, humiliated, moving back home to his childhood bedroom. As for me, I started Salem Design Studio, named after where I learned strength. It grew faster than I ever dreamed. Now, most nights, you'll find me in my downtown loft, working on campaigns I love, planning hikes, video chatting with Aunt Carol. No golden retriever yet, but something better. Absolute certainty that I'm worth it. And that I'll never, ever settle again.